Okay, welcome back, and it's now time for the Sun-Up Bulletins. We're going straight into it. So this morning we're starting with the health screening that happened here at the premises of Shobiz TV, and it was Kamba Media Foundation, Breast Care International, Peace and Love Hospitals came together to do the free health screening for our mothers, checking cholesterol, diabetes, breast examination. Let's just take a look at what some of the action that took place yesterday. Stay tuned.
Sweet mother, I no go forget you for the suffer way you suffer for me. Sweet mother, I no go forget you for the suffer way you suffer for me. When I dey cry, my mother go carry me. She go say my pikin, wetin you dey cry, yo yo. Stop, make you no cry again. Oh. When I want sleep, my mother go bed me. She go lie me well for bed. She cover me cloth, say make you sleep, my pikin.
Pacha me dey Teresa Batante. Pacha eya me fe. Nyame nhira mo. Ene mo mpa mo ade kire na mo kire ye. Ene mo ade pa na mo ye maye. Nyame hye mo di papa. Nyame ye mo kese. Dada mo ase bebre. Na mo ye awafo mo na mo aboye se mo behwe ye no fo mo. Dada mo ase. Nyame nhira mo.
My name is Anita. Actually, I was passing by and I heard we were doing free screening, so I decided to come and check. But honestly speaking, I'm happy. I'm happy you brought up this. It helps. I never knew that I need to do this breast cancer check. I have no idea. But it's good that you brought it up. So it's very good. Thank you so much. And Dano Milk, thank you for the gift. What is my gift? Thank you so much for this.
You're from me, Winifred Mensa. Anopaya na mete monka me wo monchen ha ya mani agi wo nya moye no nya minhra mo pa next year ya hope say besan nya minhra mo
maka freeze level me buy so it was like nice. They really check on me, my heart, everything, my breath, it was perfect. Shobiz, God richly bless you people. You excel. Mother's Day. So you really enjoy your service. Thank you very much.
My name is Arian Boko Boketela, and I am glad to be here to test if I have breast cancer or not. It doesn't matter your age, you can still test if you have breast cancer. Thank you.
Forget your mother. Or if you forget your mother, you lost your life.
Ago nyeme fe mimba nyede manye mimba manye ko ebia me aka Shobiz bi ne ameba ke wa ka me so aka wa bakoni aba fe program sha me fe program e bia wa mo na gune wa bakoni akwa wo ewo jianke wo foke ni ha wo lele mimba na akishi ameni chimo no fine bona me fi ameni bi e be bad o ke ba yin mo fe money amba cha kishi abana ba ko e lo abani aba fe ko e bo moden ko no ba no ba ko e ono onam no ni ya no e ja ke ameni bi na me fi o na ka se na mo e wa amenkwa ni bi abi ba ke mo na kwa na na ke ofo la fi o ye mi hu e aba chon bo no ya na fi abo.
My name is Abba Akuto. I work with Peace and Love
Hospital. Yo, anuanom ne adɔfo a mahyia mu wɔ ha. Ɛyɛ me ankasa me gyina hɔ yi. Yɛfrɛ me ɔsɔfo Mame Mercy. Me kasa free sprinters. Me wɔ Tesco market. Me yɛ queen mother ɛwɔ Tesco market. Nyampɛsɛ me ka kyerɛ obia me nuanom ma mo Ghana ha. Tesco fo ma. Ɛnɛ da yi yɛ da kɛseɛ de mama. Yɛ nyina yɛ celebrate yɛda. Na ade a mɛka kyerɛ mo nyina ne sɛ na asɛm a me de bɛma mo nyina ne sɛ ɛnɛ da yi Shobiz for ɛyɛ sɛ yɛbɛyɛ screening amama. Ɛno nti ɔmo to nsa frɛ obi biara sɛ ɔbaa biara mmara na ɔmɛyɛ screening ne bi. Enti na da yi sɛ me gyina na me kasa me to ma nyina fo sɛ bibi saa ba obiara mfa ne ho nhyɛm, especially market women for because yɛ ni adagye a yɛde kɔ hospital ni ade. Enti na da yɛ da kɛseɛ de ma yɛn deɛ enka me sɛ sɛ ɛbere ni du saa bere ya obi biara mfa ne ho nhyɛm na yɛn nyinaa yɛhwehwɛ yɛ nufo mu anasɛ yɛabrabom yare bi a wɔ yɛn ho bia no ne yɛtumi asa no na amɛyɛ kɛseɛ amfa ama yɛn. Me kasa bi nso sɛ damnofo ɛmokria ɔma yɛn especially yɛn ma yɛte market ɛsɛ sɛ yɛn ne yɛtumi nom efisɛ na die wɔ mu no ɛso paa ahoɔden wɔ mu wotwa ti a na wode bi agum na kyerɛ sɛ ayɛ kama me da mo nyinaa ase tesfofo ma me da mo ase sɛ yɛto nsa frɛ mo nyinaa mo baayɛ me da mo ase na me hyerɛ obi biara.
Funny day, many know where you come. So, even if you tell it to do. I saw you in would you say you buy it? I saw you in It's and don't I try on me and I say what it's and don't I try what oh yes, so penny a baby, you are in my thought the way you did to me every day you did my mind.
Welcome back. This is Sun Up on Shobiz TV. So this is what happened yesterday on our premises, at our premises, Shobiz TV, the free health screening. It was just awesome, really. Seeing our mothers and the fact that Dano Milk was here to do, give away hampers and care packages as they left, and everybody was checked and everybody was happy. It was exciting to see. So we're moving on to our next story, and it's coming from Nigeria. Hilda Bassi, who is trying to break the world record of so the one who holds the record is called Lata Tandon. She's an Indian woman. She's a chef from Rewa, Pradesh. And she set a Guinness World Record cooking for 87 hours and 45 minutes non-stop. So there's no sleeping. Non-stop. So these are the rules. I'm told that she just has 5 minutes per hour. So every hour she has 5 minutes. She has 30 minutes rest in every 6 hours. And then she spends 30 minutes in a van, a medical van, close by to make sure that, everything is okay. And then she's right back to it. So no night sleep, no nothing. And Hilda Bassi, let's just watch her before she started on this journey trying to break the record.
Officially 9 days until we make history. Now, for those of you that don't know, hi guys, my name is Hilda Bassi, a Nigerian woman from Akwa Ibom State, and starting from the 11th of May, I am going to be attempting to break the Guinness World Record for the longest cooking time by an individual. Every time I say that, I get butterflies. But anyways, this video is pretty much an update to show you guys, you know, the space where this is going to be happening. This is called Amore Gardens. It's a really beautiful space, but I'd like for you to pay attention to what the place looks like now, because it's going to look absolutely incredible by the time we're done. I have an amazing production team putting this set together, and you know, it's beautiful. It's an entire village working on this attempt. It's me standing there and doing the cooking, but trust me, for us to have gotten to this point, a lot of people had to come together, you know, to make this happen. And I can't tell you how grateful I am, but this is also me imploring you to be a part of this journey and be a part of history being made. I want you to come in your numbers. For those of you that can't make it, we're going to be streaming live on all platforms. We're streaming on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, you know, on Twitter. Wherever you can think of, you find us there. So, you know, starting from the 11th of May, please, please, please come through. Let's do this together, because I need you through till early hours on this.
Okay, so that's Hilda Bassi, and everybody has her back. Social media is on fire with Hilda. For anyone who's been on social media in the last 24 hours, I'm sure you've seen Hilda. I'm sure some people have wondered, but what is the Hilda about?
Yeah.
You know, but it's because she's cooking for 90 hours non-stop. You know, breaking the record of the Indian chef. Yeah. And as at this moment, as I speak with you, she has broken the record. But for safe measure, she's going the entire 90 hours for safe measure. And you know, everybody's rooting for, if she ended now, she still has the record. But for safe measure, she just wants to go all the way. And everybody is posting about her. Burna Boy, Tiwa Savage. She's made the news. The vice president. Yes. Yeah. And this is exciting to see. Kofi, you were saying that this is the first time that.
Yeah, I have seen it very well televised. I'm sure there have been others, but I mean, there's like these things that the endurance artists do, people like David Blaine, and you know, it's very well televised. You see them; they are trying to take on a feat, you know, and all of those things. This is interesting to me very much, because you know, growing up, Guinness Book of Records was something that we used to hear a lot about. And this person did this, and sometimes it used to be very awkward things. And you're like, oh, so
who has the longest fingernails?
Who has the longest fingernails? Who has the longest lashes? Who is this? Who is that?
The tallest man in the world.
Yes. And when the internet also came to bear, we started Googling. Like, it was actually a thing, you know, during childhood, to know some of these records, just, you know, for bands and some of these things. But for some time now, I've not really heard a lot about the Guinness World Record, except from endurance artists like David Blaine, like I've mentioned earlier. We've not really seen something like this before, especially for an African woman. And for me, I'm very excited about this for one reason. I think, well, it might sound, some people might argue, but I think we are in a place where people have tried to, especially gender activists and feminists, usually have tried to, you know, put up this kind of conversation that, you know, being a woman and cooking for your man and all of those things is slavery. And, you know, they put it in a certain way that makes it look very unpalatable. You understand? So for me, even for political reasons and, you know, for cultural shift and everything, I think this is a good showing. Of course, a man could have also done it, because I think there are quite a number of, you know, successful male chefs. You know,
the best of them are male.
Exactly. So a man could have still done it, but I think coming from a woman, also on Mother's Day, I think I saw it yesterday. I didn't really know that anything like that was going on. I have a couple of people that I usually, you know, have conversations with sent it to me. I'm like, what's this? Like, what's happening?
What's going on?
So I got on Twitter. I actually saw the name Hilda trending, and I actually went to look at it. And I'm like, oh, this is actually exciting. I mean, she's a very beautiful woman to start with. And, you know, she is a chef, actually. And I feel like for me, the whole endurance thing, because I can't imagine myself depriving myself for sleep for days.
Yeah,
you know, in order to, and I think the PR is also very great when it comes to this. It's just been a very exciting moment on social media. And there was this comedy thing that I watched from Chris Rock. I've forgotten the title recently, where he was talking about some of the ways some of the ways that you could get fame. And one of the ways he mentioned was infamy, which is what people usually do these days. You know, just do something weird, just do something awkward, and everyone is going to backlash you. And one of the other things he also mentioned was talent, or doing something that is positive. And these days, this is not what actually gets you famous. This is not what actually puts you on the map. People are expecting you to do something very awkward and very outrageous. But this is not that. This is something positive. And I love that everyone is coming on board in order to support it. People would usually say that, you know, bad news travels, but I think this good news has really proven that, you know, good news can actually do the thing. I just love it for all sorts of reasons. The culture and the political message it puts across, you understand. I also love it for the fact that it's exciting to watch, you know. And as you've mentioned right now, I mean, she's already broken the record. Which is, even if she didn't break the record, we would have been very excited. But I love that she has broken it, and she's really trying to stretch the gap and put it to bed. It's just awesome.
So there's no more conversation to be had.
Conversation about that. Yeah,
that's great to note. So Chris Rock is selective outrage.
Yeah, selective outrage, exactly.
And I saw a lot of people tweeting about this, and I remember one person who said that standing on your feet for 90 hours to cook. She said, if you wake me up at 3 a.m. to cook for you, the stew I'll cook for you. When you taste it, when you taste the stew will taste you back.
You know, and it's not food that she's even cooking and putting it down. She's actually serving people.
She's serving people and
literally having
eating.
A feast.
And they're talking about how good the food is.
Wow.
So it's not like, okay, because I'm tired, I'm just putting out rubbish. Like, what she's cooking is food that people are really enjoying. You know,
it's great. It's great. It's very good for her brand. I didn't know anything about this, and I like that cooking is actually being given some PR. You know, because for some time now it has been. It's not something that you would expect someone to get popular off. You understand, and it's just awesome. I mean, the wedding gigs and stuff that's going to come for her.
So apparently she has her thing called what's it called? My Food by Hilda.
Okay.
So it's like her restaurant, her thing.
Great.
And I reckon it's just going to balloon after this.
Balloon.
Everybody's going to be on that Hilda. You know, everybody's going to be on that Hilda. Who's to say? We may take a trip to Nigeria to just be on that Hilda.
We may.
To see.
And even the fact that she's a diva, she's not even.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's actually a diva. Like when you look at her Instagram, you realize that she's that chick.
She's that chick.
Yeah. And
but she's put it together well.
She's put it together so well. Yeah.
And that's passion driven.
Exactly.
Totally works.
Exactly.
Totally works. Okay, so we're moving on from Hilda. The way Kofi's carrying on, if I don't move him from the Hilda conversation, he might as well stay there, because it's like passion womb. Okay, so we're moving on, and popular media personality Black Rasta has cautioned the people at the helm of affairs at Despite Media to be careful about Abeku Santana. Now, the word of caution issued by the Surrey FM presenter is his reaction to a recent video shared on social media that had Abeku Santana defending some workers of Pizza Man who allegedly stole from the company and were jailed. I think they got a 5-year sentence. And, you know, so this just Black Rasta warning the management of Despite Media to be careful, because Abeku Santana seems to be glorifying theft. Did you see that video? Abeku Santana talking about, and people talking about the fact that, but if they stole, they stole, and they just have to be punished. Some people have the view, but the punishment, this is harsh. Chicken wings and oil does not deserve 5 years of jail term. Other people are coming from, if you've never had a business and you don't know what goes into it, and you understand that when people start stealing from you, bringing down the business, and that's how a lot of businesses collapse. People are left with debts that they have to spend years of their lives paying because you had a staff who just thought they were entitled and would just take things from you. And so
it's a conversation.
And I feel like, I've seen both sides of it. Some people feel like, but if we're capable, and the period within which the jail term happened, the situation, so police was called, they had to go to court, and they were sentenced. It happened really fast. And people talk now, Ghana trust Ghanaians to be political. Now people talk about the fact that all of these people, all of these ministers, there was a minister who was killed, and we still have not come to a conclusion of who killed them and this and that. And that they didn't know judgment could be passed so fast in Ghana. So it's coming from so many different angles.
There are lots of talking points when it comes to this.
Yes.
I have honestly not formed an opinion on it yet, but obviously I've seen the conversation online. I don't know which side of the conversation I'm more leaning towards. But I would like to feel that our laws and then the sentence, and when it comes to certain crimes, we need to review it. There have been calls for a constitutional review over a period of time. I think we need to look into it. We need to look into it for the fact that there are certain crime is crime. You understand? Obviously, crime is crime. You can't forgive crime. You should obviously have a situation where you are always punishing crime or doing something, that is seen as, you are doing something to show that crime shouldn't be encouraged, especially as a state. One of the ways to encourage anarchy is to overlook crime, you don't want a society that is orderless. You understand? So crime is crime, and we shouldn't look at crime and make excuses for it, obviously. But I would also like to think that we should look into the kind of laws we have and the sentencing, because, in other places, such crimes would come with other forms of punishment, which could also serve as a deterrent. You understand? But and I think also coming from a space where we have seen a lot of people, quote unquote, get away with a lot of things, Ghanaians have a very interesting relationship when it comes to the law and the whole judicial system and everything. So when it comes to Abeku's point, I do like to understand that, or think that he thought, I'm just trying to read it from what I've seen, that he probably thought that he was doing he was speaking the mind of the public. You understand? The ordinary street guy. I'm sure that was the point of view he's coming from. You understand? He was trying to speak for the masses. That was what, but apparently the masses wasn't having it. You understand? Because I think that was the idea. He was thinking he was speaking for the masses, but Ghanaians can be very interesting.
Oh yes.
See, this same situation, someone else could have said it.
Oh yes.
People could have taken it very differently.
Oh yes.
But the takeaway from this for me, though I've not formed an opinion yet, is that obviously, when you are running a business, if you try to start a business, when you are running, pilfering is one of those things that can really break you down. You understand? We are in an economy right now where it's even very difficult. People have started businesses that are actually going down because of the situation in which we find ourselves in. So if you should have workers who are, pilfering from you, and these type of things, I'm even sure it's not even just those workers. There are people involved. It's on all levels. Like, people who are into construction and stuff, they'll tell you that, the masons and everyone is stealing. The gatesman is also involved. He's so they'll still, if they decide to steal 20 bags, the gate man is probably getting 2 bags. Your security is getting some bags. The supervisor could even be getting something. So like it's on a lot of levels. But of course, if the fall comes, we know who is going to take the fall. So pilfering, we should never be encouraged. That is my take away from this. But I would also like to think that we should relook at the punishments for certain crimes, because I don't see the point in someone stealing a goat and the person is sentenced for 5 years. It seems very unfair to me. There are people who have stolen, or quote unquote stolen, billions of cedis. You know, people in political offices who are rumored to have stolen billions of cedis, and we don't get a closure to some of these cases. It goes on and on for years, you understand? And so it obviously looks very unfair. I'm sure that is where Abeku Santana was coming from. Yeah, but either the communication didn't go well, or like people just, as these days, it's like,
I think he's just come under a lot of
scrutiny.
I don't know why. I don't know, because he is one of the few people who had a lot of love from Ghanaians. At some point, he was. Everybody loved him. Everybody loved him. I mean, I still love him, but I don't know what happened. It's just things just.
I just for me, sitting from the outside, I'm seeing it like as an audience, as a part of the audience. I'm just seeing it like, it appears he's doing too much. Like to boss, you understand? Because I remember when, despite birthday party, he also came with a lot of backlash. For actually doing nothing. For
just being there and being a part of it. And doing his duty. I would do that if I worked with Despite. I mean, maybe not all the way, but some people were like,
what's happening here? Even everyone has stopped singing the song, and he just raised the song. It was so funny online. So I think that is the problem.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
I think he was trying to get on the side of the masses, and the masses are just not having it these days for him. You know, I honestly don't think it's that serious.
I don't think it's that serious.
I just think that this should open up a broader conversation. We should look at our laws and our sentencing. That is just that. You know,
So you do agree that a 5-year sentence for chicken wings and oil is harsh?
Well, I wouldn't know. For that, I wouldn't know. But I know a 5-year sentence for someone stealing a goat is harsh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you clearly like more goats than chicken.
Not necessarily like more goat. Like, you know, for me,
that was meant to be a joke, though.
Yeah, but with us. You know, is the situation, the context matters.
Right.
Because if you are employed by someone and you are doing that, the adverse effect of that on a person's business, is heavy. But if, let's say you are sitting in your house, you are rearing one goat, someone comes to steal it, you understand, the effect wouldn't be as huge as someone who is running a business. So context really matters. Because the person who is owning the business is paying salaries. These are people's livelihoods. So you're stealing.
And usually these things are imported.
Get it.
These things are imported. So it's not like he even had the choice to buy from here or something. He's paid duty on these things to come, and
he's made a budget for it. People's livelihood depends on it.
Absolutely.
So
I totally understand where you're coming
from. The context really matters.
Right. So the goats there, 5 years in the day.
Goats and those other, someone has stolen like some.
The other day I saw a video, I think on TikTok, and this man, nice looking man, older man, he looks like early mid-40s, and they had seated him on a chair like this. I think he went to a supermarket to try to steal something from them, and then I think they caught him on the camera, and they sat him down and put a camera on him, and you were insulting him. Somebody even came to slap him and stuff, and it was so embarrassing. And I thought, but sometimes honestly, when I see some of these things, I feel like if somebody steals food, again, context, if somebody steals food, it's because they're hungry.
Okay.
That's just what I feel.
Of course, like the way you mentioned that context really matters.
Yes, not when, you steal from the company, you're working because you're paid. But this man entered a supermarket to try to take maybe some Milo and some biscuits or something. It can he's not going to sell that one tin of Milo. It's because he's hungry. Or maybe he has a child at home that he just feels like. And I think that for somebody like that, instead of embarrassing him, maybe just just out of the goodness of your heart, give him 2 tins and let him go his merry way.
Just,
you know what I mean? Because people just go through it sometimes.
Yeah, people really go through it. You understand? If you've not gone through it, you wouldn't know what they say. You know, if you've not really gone through it, you wouldn't really know what you would do.
Oh yeah.
You know, in a particular situation. Oh yeah. You understand me? So obviously, like you've mentioned, context really does matter.
Yeah.
Context really, and we shouldn't encourage mob justice or encourage, you know, like the way you said, person was being slapped and all of that. I mean, if you have a problem with what he did, the embarrassment.
You know,
is
put a
so
camera
unneeded.
on him, and it's a nice-looking man, well dressed and all.
Because one thing we are always supposed to, we have decided that we want to be in a democracy. We want to be under rule of law, and it stipulates that everyone is innocent until the person is proven guilty.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you feel about the situation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, if someone has stolen from you before, you realize how painful it is. And sometimes you are very careful, and it makes you feel so stupid.
Yeah.
Because you are very careful with the situation, and
you're still stolen from.
So I understand the emotional aspect of it, but we have decided that we are under rule of law. So when you suspect a crime, or when you think someone has, you know, done something criminal, go to the police station and report, you know.
You know what happened in my neighborhood not so long ago? So a guy, because I leave home very early. And so me, Charlie, when I wake up, I'm gone. But apparently right after I moved, there's a guy that they caught on a motor who apparently comes to the neighborhood to take things from people. Like when you're an early riser, the people who do the walk to the side of the road, they will take your phone, they'll take this, they take. So they caught this guy, they beat him to a pulp. And then later he was taken to the police station because I think somebody intervened and said, let's take him. They went to the police station, they said, who's the complainant? Nobody. Apparently, the woman whose phone was taken there, she left a long time ago and left the boy to just be beating. So when they took him to the police station, the police was like, okay, we hear you. What did he steal? Who's the complainant? Nobody. So what does that even mean? Like, you just beat the man when you didn't even know for a fact what it is. Like, and usually when these things are happening, nobody stops to hear.
No, there's no reasonable voice in that. And if you try to be reasonable there, you're probably going to be added to it. You understand?
Know? But we need to understand, why are we beating him? No, don't we need to know why we're beating him? Because
it just
somebody
has
has, yes, that one person. How are we even sure that that one person?
That is actually true. Sometimes it could be a reverse, because I've heard of situations where, you know, people get stolen from, they try to raise the alarm, and the thief rather raises the alarm on the person who's been stolen from. I've heard of such situations. Some thieves are very smart with that.
Yes,
you know?
So how do we know anything? We don't know why we're beating. Okay, it's just rubbish.
It's important that like the evidence is established. So that the person can
and
actually
even
face.
That don't try to hurt anyone. Hand him over to the law.
Hand him
and
over.
I mean, Pizza Man clearly didn't come and issue slaps to his workers because they stole from him. He just handed him over.
Which is actually a good thing, that he didn't actually take it in his own hands, because I mean, he is an employer. He could find ways to
he handed them over, and they got their sentence, and now everybody is still bashing him like, oh, so what would have happened if somebody would
with
take...
this one, a lot of people are on his side, because Abeku didn't communicate what he wanted to communicate.
Somebody would take the law into his own hands, give you a beating of your life. You don't even
really
understand. You really feel it. Okay, so we're moving on, and emerging reigning artist of the year, Black Sheriff, has been gifted 2 brand new cars from his management after emerging artist of the year at the just ended Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. A-list management boss Mr. Adu Jr. said Blacko has been presented with the cars as a reward for his unwavering hard work. So
great. I mean, Blacko is probably having the time of his life.
He has to.
You understand? He's living the dream of a lot of young people, even older people. You understand? You know, it's surreal to see your music that probably, you know, you sat in the corner somewhere, you know, to write, to see it become this big. You understand? And take you places like this. I'm sure he's very excited. His family is also very excited. And, you know, obviously he's getting the rewards for his work. I mean, a car, 2 cars, right? Well, I don't know. I mean, some of these things sometimes I take it with a pinch of salt, because, I remember there was a time I saw
just PR.
Bolare give Shatawale some is a G-Wagon also. I've not seen that G-Wagon again. So I'm very careful.
It's just PR.
Yeah. Sometimes it could be PR, but I think Blacko does deserve this. I mean, if it's actually, you know, the real deal, I hope the car is in his name.
Yeah.
That we don't later hear like we did with Stoneboy that after the xylophone situation, the car was being taken from him. I don't want to hear any of such. So if they've decided to give him these 2 cars, the car should be in his name, and you know, I'm very excited for him. There have been questions about what is actually in his contracts, and I think that has been a subject of discussion these days. Some people think that the label is trying to do some of these things to appease him, because per conversations that I've seen online, I don't know the details of the contract, but the conversation that I've seen online, it appears the company is taking over 75% of everything that is coming. So, I mean, if they are doing this, that's just the bare minimum.
My jaw.
I don't know whether it's true or not. Yeah, I had to put that. But that's what I've seen online.
But if that is the situation.
Yeah, so he's getting a lot of the fame. He's getting a lot of the props. He's getting a lot of his music out there. But there's also an argument that, okay, if you're an independent brand, sometimes, let's say 15% of 1,000 could be more than 100% of 10.
Oh yeah.
You understand? So there's
100% of nothing is nothing.
You get what I'm saying? So there are various sides of the argument. So what are you playing at as an artist? But I'd like to think that this is actually a good thing for him. Where he is, I'm hearing the contract is for 15 years, 7 albums. I don't know how true it is, but from what I'm seeing online, I mean, it's he has really signed a contract. You know, so if that is actually the situation,
okay, but I'm sure it has clauses where if he wants to walk away, he can.
At this point, even if whatever the contract is, I would like to think that he would want to go back to the table, because where he's gotten to now,
and where he's going,
he has to revisit. Because if the contract started when he had not really blown up as he is now, I'm sure his mindset has changed over the period. But that's why you sign a contract, though. But I'm sure there are certain things that you'd like to iron out better, because at that time he probably didn't have.
Do you suppose that will work? I mean, the contract has already been signed.
Yeah, but I mean, you could break a contract. Adidas broke a contract with Kanye West. You understand? You could break a contract. You can find a good lawyer. You can find a good lawyer. They'll find the loopholes. You understand me? But that's also come at a very huge cost.
Yes.
You understand? So it's
a huge cost, being the money you pay to the lawyer, and also your relationship with the label.
Yeah, relationship with the label.
Because after all is said and done, it's like when women who are battered at home complain that if I report to the police station and they do whatever, when I finish, am I still coming to the same home where the same man is?
That's the big
or
question.
I'm going somewhere else?
That's the big
because if
question.
you're coming to the same home with the same man, how do you deal with the situation?
You know you should know how to pick your fights.
Right.
I would like to think that if you want to go, I mean, this is just all, you know, how do you call it? Conjecture, really. Because I don't know the actual facts of the situation, but just based off what I've seen on social media, that's the reason why I'm giving this type of commentary. I'd like to think that if you'd want to go against a label like Empire, you should be under or have a bigger label behind you or in the background also waiting to come in. You understand? Who actually probably might have more favorable deals for you. They would find, if you find some, I don't know, Universal, Sony,
they can even buy you out.
They can buy you out, literally. You understand? And you would have a better thing, you know, when it comes to the whole situation. So for me, good, a nice Benz, nice Brabus. I mean, awesome. I would like to drive those. So good for him. But I just hope the business ends of things for him really, you know, he starts to really look at the fine lines, because Blacko is looking like an artist that will be here for long. He's looking like an artist that even after his lifetime, people would still listen to his music. So if you are going on to be, let's say, a Bob Marley type of artist, or a Fela type of artist, or a Sarkodie type of artist, signing away your whole it's like selling your soul literally.
Cow
yeah, like I mean, wouldn't be good news. So he should really look at the fine print, probably get back to the table if there's that need, and iron things out very well. But go for him. Nice car.
Cars. Plural.
Yeah, yellow.
So we move on, and Black Sherif also reacted to claims that Sarkodie's Jams album would have been nothing without him. Some people have said that, you know, because he was on it, and his Countryside song
was the biggest song.
It was the biggest song of the album, and also because he did the, you know,
the hook. Yeah, and that's actually what sold the song.
Yeah. He wouldn't have been. I mean, the whole album would have been incomplete without him and all of that. But he's saying that no. And I quote, he said, "It would have been what it would have been. Music is a spiritual thing. From my lens, albums and singles are babies. I don't know his destiny. If I wasn't on it, I don't know his destiny. So whether, so whatever the album would have been. That's just what he said."
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah.
I understand him. I understand where he's coming from. Black Sherif seems to be very grounded,
Yeah.
He seems
modest.
I mean, for his age, like he really, I've seen a couple. I've not really watched a full interview from him, but I've seen a couple of his interview, and he's a very smart guy. He knows how to go around some of the questions that try to put him in a corner, and which is very good for him as an artist. I like that he tries to appear modest with this. I had an opinion about this before actually looking at the facts, and it seems my opinion was wrong. My opinion was actually that, boy, stop being modest. That is actually the truth. But I actually went to look at the facts, and which is the streams the song is making, the streams the album is making compared to Sarkodie's last project. Sarkodie's last project, which is No Pressure. I actually checked on Boomplay. It had over 40 million streams. You understand? This one has over 20 million. You understand? His previous album, obviously, is some years back, but the figures are telling you that his previous album actually did better than this actual one. So you can't say that if it wasn't for Black Sherif, this
but
album
this is still growing.
Exactly.
That's what, so
years, the facts as at now. Do you understand? That's I'm speaking on the facts as at now. And I looked at the streams of the song
Countryside.
The Countryside on YouTube is doing about 1 point something. The biggest song on the last album, which is Non-Living Thing with Oxlade, I think, is over 4 point something million, hitting 5 million. So if I'm looking at the numbers, Sarkodie would have done his thing if Black Sherif wasn't even on it. I would like to think that Sarkodie is an artist who has shown that you can really do this for a long time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and year in, year out, I really see that. As he seems to also learn. And he knows when to feature who. You understand? And I mean,
he's very strategic.
Very strategic. And it looks like every time I think every Sarkodie scores a hit every year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you understand me? Non-Living Thing was a big thing just a few years ago. I mean, everyone would have thought, well, what's next from Sarkodie? And then he scores Countryside, which is a monster hit. The problem that I have with things on this side is it appears actually that Countryside is bigger than Non-Living Thing. That's what it appears to be. But you look at the streaming numbers, it's not telling. It's not telling that. You know, that's why I said I had an opinion about this before I actually went to check the numbers, and it doesn't look like the numbers are saying what we all think. Yeah, and that also comes down to we don't know the log, the radio log for some of these songs. You understand?
So there are no logs. I keep telling you.
I just try to be politically correct with it. You know,
I keep telling you.
You know. So if those numbers were available, we could make a better argument for this. But it's good. Black Sherif is being modest, and I'm sure he's not trying to go against you know the SAC fans. But like he said, there was this award. Kanye West on the Grammy Awards, he was like, everyone is asking, what would have happened if Kanye didn't win this?
Well, we'll never know.
We'll never know.
Never
literally.
know.
So that's the situation with this one. We'll never know what would have happened if Black Sheriff wasn't on it.
Yeah,
like he said.
I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know.
Yeah. And I like it when he said again that, and I quote, Sark has been doing this for years before I came into the picture.
Yeah.
Am I the one to come and tell him that without me, his album will go nowhere? We don't talk like that. I've just been here for 4 years. Subtract it from Sark's years.
Exactly. I mean, he's playing safe. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's playing very safe.
Yeah.
You understand? He's playing very safe, which is good for him. He doesn't want to go against the Sark Nation brand. Well, if there's the need to go against them, he has to. Yeah. But at this point in his career, I think this is good for him. He should just continue being modest because that's what Ghanaians love.
Yeah.
And but when there's time, Black Sherry seems to be the type who will kick the bucket if there's that need to do that he'll kick against the grain if you know you are trying to come at him in a certain way. That's one of the reasons why I have a certain type of interest in him. You understand?
Because he's very unapologetic.
He seems very unapologetic. It's like he speaks his mind. That's what it appears. But he knows how to
go
he's
around
very good with words.
Yeah.
I mean, for someone who just completed secondary school.
He's an old soul.
Very old soul. Very old soul. So for me, obviously, like he has said, we should just take it as it is. But if that time comes to go against the Sark Nation,
but Sark has done well. I mean, Sark has done very well. I always say that he's one of the few artists that I really respect because he's just, you know, honed his craft. He's in a place where he's comfortable. He knows when he wants to do what. If he doesn't want to do, nothing will move him. Yeah. He can put you on a song and not on the visuals, and you can't do nothing about it. You know what I mean? He owns his space, and he didn't start off as an unapologetic artist, but now he's become that. You know, he didn't start off as that. He started off as everybody's G kind of thing. Let me get with everybody. But now he's you can tell he's very intentional about what he does, where he's going, and who he wants to take along. And he doesn't owe anybody any apologies
sometimes
for that.
Some of these things actually come with growth. You understand? Like I mentioned earlier on, that Sarkodie has grown over the years, obviously. The only thing that I usually do have a problem with Sarkodie is his lyricism. But really, apart from that, I don't think anyone looks at Sarkodie and thinks he's not done very well when it comes to his career. The way he positions himself, the way he carries himself, and he appeals to everybody. There are business people who are very, you know, in love with Sarkodie, the streets who are very in love with Sarkodie, children who are very in love with Sarkodie. So he has this crossover appeal, which is very good. People who don't go to school before, then they love Sarkodie.
I think him and another person who has that a lot is Kofi Kinata.
Okay.
He has that. With different.
But you know, Sarkodie, sometimes, you know, Sarkodie will wear a suit. I've not seen Kofi Kinata wear a suit. Like, Sarkodie is very intentional with that, you know. So he's appealing to the bank manager. You know,
Kofi Kinata, not so much.
Yes, you understand.
Not so much.
So Sarkodie has done very well. I think he should be that type of artist, or his career should be that type of career that could be used as, you know, a sort of a blueprint for other artists if they want to get to the level he has gotten to. Because even if you look at, I mean, he's probably the greatest musician to come out of Ghana. Probably not for the music, but, you know, for what he is as an artist, you understand. So that's just that for Sarkodie.
And I think he also is one of the most popular, if not the most popular, from Ghana. Anytime anybody talks Ghanaian music, they mention Sarkodie. Whether you go to East Africa, South Africa,
and
wherever.
Even when you look at how he was able to cross over to the Nigerian audience. I mean, these days the Nigerians are even seeking, not even these days, for some time now, the Nigerians seek a verse from Sarkodie. They are not as much seeking a verse from MI even, like they do seek from Sarkodie. You understand? He's been able to sell the brand very, very, very well, which is very good for him. Very good for him. That's something we could learn.
Absolutely. So we're going to go on a break, but because I mentioned East Africa, did you know that Fantana is dating Diamond Platinums?
I didn't know, but I've seen the videos for the Young Rich and is it African or Famous.
Yeah, it turns out that they're dating.
They're dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
On a different day. After it drops. In the meantime, of course, this is Sun Up on Showbiz TV. Do stay tuned. We'll be right back.
In the morning, it's the dawn of a new day. New hopes, new dreams, new ways. Open up my heart and I'm gonna do my part and make this a positively beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Let's make this so wonderful. Let's make this so powerful. Let's make this a beautiful day.
Sugar cane sweet, but your love is sweeter.
We promise you an exhilarating time span of delight on Afro Section.
Strawberry ginger.
Your world's about to get rocked with the finest visual playlist of Afro hit songs across the continent.
We know we fun like me. We know we fresh like me. We know we hot like me.
Your satisfaction is a surefire thing, so just loosen up and drift into an Avalon of multifarious Afro music on Shobiz TV.
I'm protected by Jah Almighty Father. Them can see we from afar.
I am your party giver, Kathy Brown. Afro Section showing every Monday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. only on Shobiz TV.
Let's make this so wonderful. Let's make this so powerful. Let's make this a beautiful day.
All right, welcome back. And so we are moving on, and our next story has to do with Ye and Adidas, who seem to have found each other all over again. So the rumors are true. Ye and Adidas are partnering up again. You know, when the marriage, the wife separates from the husband, and then they're coming back. Now, since Ye and Adidas parted ways, rumors of the two parties joining up again have swelled as the three stripes move to re-establish their footing in the industry. Now, the termination of Yeezy back in October 2022 left Adidas with $500 million worth of Yeezy inventory sitting in warehouses, resulting in Adidas lowering their expected revenue for 2023 by around $1.29 billion due to the fallout. Now, according to Yeezy Mafia, the partnership will sell only the remaining Yeezy inventory, and a part of the proceeds will go to charitable international organizations. Ye will also get a 15% commission on all remaining Yeezy products. So this is what the CEO said. He said, and I quote, "We are trying to do over time to sell parts of these goods and then donate to organizations that help us, and that also have been hurt by Kanye's statements."
Great.
So there we go.
It's a very interesting situation. I've never seen this before. I've never seen a brand as big as Adidas, you know, scrambling after losing an artist.
Yeah.
Or, you know, but of course, Kanye is not just an artist.
Oh, yeah.
He is a lead designer.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a fashion icon.
Yeah.
You know, there used to be a time that Kanye used to be synonymous with Louis Vuitton. Everyone actually expected Kanye to be the lead designer for Louis Vuitton before, you know, they picked up Virgil.
Yeah.
One thing that people forget is that Kanye is a style icon.
Yeah.
I mean, Kanye really did start a lot of the fashion trends that we have today, even when it comes to hairstyles.
Yeah.
There used to be a time the back bush was very heavy in the system, and it was all down to Kanye. And I like the way sometimes he's able to pick up on throwbacks, you know, and bring them back to life. I mean, when it comes to wearing sneakers with suits and stuff, Kanye was one of those few people that you saw doing that. I mean, these long shirts, you know, which I've never found very appealing.
They'll look really good on you.
Well, I don't find it appealing. So
I'll buy you one on your birthday.
Thank you very much.
Would you wear it?
I'll thank you very much.
Would you wear it?
I'd prefer you buy what I want.
If you won't wear it, then I won't buy it.
I would prefer you buy what I want.
No, I think you look good in it, so I'll buy it for you. So you wear it, so I see it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, go on.
So those shirts, you know, it was a thing. You understand? With Virgil, Off-White, yeah, and I mean, he has solidified himself as an all-round artist.
Yeah.
You understand? I've watched several interviews by Kanye West, and I could tell he's a person of purpose. Also, yeah, it's not just about, you know, the numbers. As sometimes it appears to people, he's a real person of purpose, from being a record producer, being a beat maker, becoming a rapper, you know, even his journey to being a rapper, you know, even people like Jay-Z didn't really want to put him on the rap thing, like, you know, but he came to the rap scene and he shattered it totally. He moved on. Now he wanted to become a fashion icon. We saw the famous Sway interview where, you know, Sway, you don't have the answers.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, and he is very passionate about whatever he does, and it looks like that really carries him through life, which is very awesome. Then you look at this whole Adidas, you know, conversation. When he got on with Adidas at first, Kanye was talking about the fact that he was a billionaire. And people were saying that he's not a billionaire. Kanye says he's a billionaire. Forbes say he's not a billionaire. And then, you know, they finally go through his papers. They say you're a billionaire. You are 1 billion. Kanye says he's 3 billion. You are 3 billion. Kanye says he's 6 billion. You understand? So and I like the way he is unafraid when it comes to, you know, going against mega brands.
Oh yeah.
On the this particular, he was the interview with the Drink Champs with Noriega. He boldly said that he can say Semitic things, and Adidas can't drop him. Like, that was actually what he was saying on the show.
Yeah.
You know, he repeated it several times, and I'm sure Adidas didn't like the bluff.
Yeah.
And there was a backlash. I've seen commentary on these issues, and anti-Semitic stuff shouldn't be something that anyone should glorify.
Yeah.
I wouldn't glorify it. I wouldn't glorify hating on Jews.
Yeah.
I wouldn't glorify hating on any type of, you know, tribe or, you know, people.
Yeah.
It's very wrong. It's anti-human to, you know, pick a particular group of people and direct hate towards them.
Yeah.
But I'd also like to think that in Kanye's situation, he had issues with people who were Jews. And he probably didn't address it in the best way that he could have. And he has actually come to apologize. I've seen some apologies from him. So obviously he isn't proud of that, but he did what he had to do in that particular space to get the results that he had. A lot of people have also conjectured that probably he wanted to get out of the contract and he didn't know how to get out of it. So this was the loophole that, you know, he wanted to exploit. So he used it, and it appears that the loud minority got into the ears of Adidas. That's what it seems to me, because apparently if their business is doing this badly that they have to call Kanye back, you know, because of, you know, the whole situation, it tells me that they've realized that the majority really doesn't care about that whole drama.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when you look at the whole woke culture, cancel culture, is very annoying to me. You understand? It's like it gives no room for people to be themselves.
Yeah.
It's like you have to go with a liberal view on everything, or else you get cancelled.
Yeah.
And I mean, Kanye has literally boasted, that's the word, about, you know, surviving cancel culture several times.
Oh yeah.
Boy, there's been many times that Kanye has been cancelled.
Yeah.
He always comes up again. So it's like, I'm sure he felt he was above cancel culture, but this one really hit him. I'm sure he would look back and feel like, I probably should have done some things differently.
Hence the apology.
Yeah, because there was even the time that he was on stage talking against Beyonce and Jay-Z. There was literally, at that time, he was being cancelled. People were saying that people weren't attending his shows. Like, there was a whole mafia against Kanye. They said they weren't playing his songs on radio again.
Right.
But he came out, and then everyone just forgets that, you know, he has that laugh. hates, and he's able to divide opinions very well.
Very, very well.
That he can have people who are really diehard. I like to pride myself as a very objective person, but I'm very biased when it comes to Kanye because I feel I can identify with his worldview, the way he sees the world, and the way he doesn't mind going against the grain. You understand? It's not just going against the grain, but actually feeling like you are genuine. That is my thing with Kanye West. I think he's a genuine person. And the fact that you are genuine doesn't mean you are right. You understand? Yeah.
True.
If someone is genuine, doesn't mean that he's always right.
True.
You could be wrong, but you are genuinely wrong. I feel that is the situation with him sometimes, that, you know, he is very genuine and very passionate about things. He could be very wrong about it, but I can trust Kanye's opinion on something because I know it's literally coming from a genuine place. I remember when Kim Kardashian, I mean, they did this naked video of her, and they, I think it was in one of, is it Playboy? I forgot the brand. Yeah, and people were talking against it. You know, Kanye's view on that is actually that, you know, he feels presenting his wife that way will actually shift culture, will actually, you know, paint another picture of what beauty is to the generation coming up. So you see how the mind works. Everyone is looking at it nude picture, but the guy is thinking about it in a very different way, which is very interesting to me. I would obviously not probably side with that opinion, but it's interesting to me how he manages to view things. You understand? There have been people who have called him, you know, crazy and all sort of things, but we do.
But I mean, with the way his mind works, there will always be that part that will make people feel like he's crazy.
He pushes the boundary.
He does.
I mean, there's a very thin line between genius and crazy. Oh, yes. You understand? Yeah, very thin line.
And Kanye Ye is a genius.
Obviously.
Nobody can dispute that.
When it comes to his samples, when it comes to... I saw a recent... a recent picture of him. I think yesterday he was trending with his new wife. I mean, her name twists my tongue, so I don't want to go into the name. I mean, he was wearing, I don't know whether it's stretch, and then with this boots, I mean, it looks like, you know, a character, a character from, you know, what do you call it, Mortal Kombat or something. It's funny, but before you realize, people would actually start picking up from him.
It becomes a thing. And in every relationship, I've always maintained that in every relationship, there's someone who's bringing the benefits and someone who's benefiting.
There's someone who's bringing the benefits.
And someone, and between the two parties, they both know who's bringing the benefit and who's bringing the benefit and who's benefiting.
Exactly.
So usually, clearly, obviously, who's bringing the benefit has more leverage than who's doing the benefit.
In this situation, it appears, I mean, I didn't know Kanye had this much leverage on Adidas. And for me, I mean, Adidas is still trying to be politically correct, saying that they're going to donate. You are losing money talking about you're going to donate to. So it's like they are trying to come off, still trying to appeal to the liberals who are not really probably buying Kanye stuff. Those people are not buying Kanye stuff like that. But, and see,
they just want to be
when it comes to a brand
correct.
Like Yeezy, I don't think a brand like Yeezy is selling necessarily because it's the prettiest thing on the market. It's selling because it's Kanye West, and there are Kanye West fans who pay whatever money for that.
That's
you
just
understand?
what it is.
That's
just what it is.
Adidas.
Okay, so this is where we bring the conversation to a close. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Totally love it when Kofizi and he has to break things down, especially because he's very passionate about Ye, and I knew he'll bring it to the place that I will absolutely enjoy. Showbiz TV This is Shobiz TV. This is an up on Shobiz TV. If you have caught us, if you're catching us right now, good thing, very good thing. Be sure to spread the word. Also remember that the Shobiz TV app is on Android. The Shobiz TV app is on Android. What you need to do is to go to your Play Store and search for Shobiz TV, spelled S-H-O-B-I-Z. Now, once you download it, open it, and when you go on the interface, the top of it has live streaming. Gosh, because we did the health screening, I'm always confusing the two. Live streaming, just click on that and you can watch us live 24 hours on your phone in the palm of your hand, so that if you're not home, if you cannot be behind your television, you do know that you can still carry us with you wherever you go. Shouts going out to the entire team. Shouts going out to Glam by Asay on Instagram for my makeup, to the whole team, to Mr. Duce, Mr. Alija, Mr. O2, Mr. Eneg, Captain Hooks, I don't know your Mr. name, to Mr. Teria, to Mr. Is it Jima? Is it? To Mr. Jima? Is it? Oh, Mr. Okay, I'm just saying hello to all the misters. We'll catch you tomorrow same time between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. I think I need a proper education on everybody's full name here, so that when I have to use the misters, I don't have to struggle. My name is Natalia. Enjoy the rest of your wet morning. Be sure to be deliberate about everything you do today so you can achieve everything you're hoping to achieve. Good morning.